And welcome back to the program. My next guest is Russell Lowther. Russell, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Russell, why are you here today? Tell us a little bit about what you do at West Point Lake.
Well, I am currently the winter camp host at R. Schaefer Herd Campground. We began on October 29th, and we're scheduled to be here until March 15th.
All right, great.
And we make sure people get checked in properly and that they have all their questions answered when needed. So.
Okay, and that's at R. Schaefer Herd Campground.
Yes, it is.
Which we actually keep open year-round, and right now, this time of the year, we have campsites 1 through 54 open.
Yes.
And how have we been doing on the weekends? We've been filling up?
Pretty busy. I'm kind of impressed with that. I didn't think that many people did winter camp.
Oh, yes,
It's impressive.
Right, and also being close to the interstate, we get a lot of interstate traffic.
Yes.
So that's great. So I understand you're a full-time RVer.
Yes, we just began that process or that journey September 3rd of this year.
Oh, wow. So real new.
We started as a 5-year plan and turned into a 2-year plan.
Okay.
We just kept getting more and more anxious to do it, and we finally decided to do it.
Great. So where are you originally from? Where's home for you guys?
Well, we actually retired our last position over in Lawrenceville, Georgia area. Duluth, Lawrenceville, Decula area, kind of all in that community. I did 25 years in the Air Force. Then I was in financial services for another 15 years. And my wife was in the financial services industry for about the last 10 years.
Okay. All right. Great. And so was it kind of scary transitioning into a full-time RVer?
You're right.
Because, you got a house and now you're going to try to live in this smaller compartment.
It is. I couldn't be married to a better person. She very organized.
That's great.
When we finally decided to make it happen, she got on the phone, started talking to realtors and everything. We got the house sold. We did estate sales, got everything sold, and then we bought our RV and hit the road.
Wow, that's great. So have you been to some interesting places?
Yes. We took a trip already from here to Michigan, and we stayed at one very interesting place.
All right.
It was a campground that we hooked into somebody's barn. And,
Really?
And Ray the hippie lived inside it.
Okay.
So it was quite interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. As you know, being there a park host at Schaefer Herd Campground, you probably run across a lot of full-time RVers and maybe conversed with them and heard some stories, of their travel experiences. So what are a few comments that you hear from people who come camp with us at Schaefer Herd?
I got to tell you, the majority, I haven't heard anything bad from any of them yet, but everybody loves the idea that almost every single campsite is on the water.
Sure.
It is either on the water or you have direct access to the water. Beautiful views. The worst thing that's happened is the rain this week, but everybody still comes camping.
Oh, yes.
But it's all been great. One of our friends that actually gave us the idea to become hosts, they've been coming here for over 40 years.
Wow.
So they were very familiar with it, and they love it. They raised their kids on this lake, so yeah, they love it.
That's great. And I'm sure, the view of the lake is like you say, all the waterfront sites and everything. Yeah. So where are you going after this stint, do you believe?
That's part of the journey. We're not sure exactly, but we're destined to Michigan again for another summer because we have some family business we have to take care of up there. But after that, we plan on, we'd like to come back again next year, and then we're going to start heading west for summer travel.
Sure. Okay. So, we mentioned you're a volunteer park host.
Yes.
So share a little bit about what's the amenities you get as a volunteer there at the campground.
Well, what's great about it is in order for us to really enjoy our journey is not having to pay rent.
Right.
Or not having to pay a house payment. So in return for our volunteer service, you guys are providing us with a full hookup site, which includes water, electricity, and sewer, which is fantastic anywhere you go with a camper.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Plus, we're close to everything. I mean, West Point's 3 miles away if we need anything. LaGrange is 9 or 10 miles away, and it's quiet. It's peaceful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's real nice.
It
and
is.
How about wildlife? Have you seen much of that?
A bunch. Matter of fact, friends of ours were coming back from dinner the other night, and as we were entering into the campground, the lights hit an entire herd of deer, and there's like 20 of them.
Right.
So they got a good picture out of that the other night. It was nice.
Those deer are safe, as you know. There's no public hunting there in our parks and campground areas. So they've got plenty of safe room to
yes, they do.
grow and pasture off that delicious green grass we have out there.
They seem to know you have to drive slow too.
That's right. Right. So getting back to the campground, so we kind of do things a little different in the wintertime at Schaefer Herd Campground. Typically we have a park attendant who works in the gatehouse, and to kind of help give operations a little break for the winter months. How do campers come in and check in? If they want to get on a campsite, what do they have to do right now?
Well, there's one of two methods. We have a billboard out front at the gatehouse, first of all, announcing that the gatehouse is closed for the winter, and that sites 1 through 54 are the only ones that are currently open. It gives them an option of either going on recreation.gov or going to the 1-800 number, which is 877-444-6777.
Sure.
And they can make a reservation then. What it recommends they do is they go find an open site, and before they set up, do one of those two methods to make sure that they can reserve the site for the night or for as long as they need to. And then they're in at that point. But yeah, the gatehouse is closed for the winter.
All right. And then what are some of your duties as a park host there at Schaefer Herd?
We make several rounds a day to not only ensure that people are getting settled in, but that they're also complying with the park rules. Okay. There is no dumping of gray water or black waters on the sites. So we make sure that the compliance rules are being adhered to. Normally there's parking requirements, but in the winter that doesn't tend to be an issue, and we haven't seen it be an issue at this point. Okay. But we help answer questions when needed.
Okay, great. So if the park host opportunity came up next year, would you be interested? Is this something that you'd like to look to do again?
Most definitely.
That's great.
I've already talked to Susan about that, and Steve as well.
Super. All right. And we have a great staff to work with, too. I know. Got a good staff, and again, West Point Lake's a great place to work at, and also volunteer. And our volunteer program is very extensive. We actually have a volunteer village set aside off in Amity Campground, and we have about 10 campsites there where people do different types of volunteer activities for us, blowing off, cleaning campsites, fire rings, even some bathrooms, and just water safety programs. A lot of different things you can do in our volunteer program. And sir, you're just one of those that we greatly appreciate your service here, helping us out, and also the public at West Point Lake.
Thank you very much, David.
So, well, thank you, Russell, for being on the show, and we'll be right back.